Alrighty, I'm not too sure if it's actually live or if you can hear me, but hello again, team. Welcome back for another video. Today we're doing something a little different, as you can probably tell, because it's a live video. I'm kind of trying to get over my fear of being live on camera, because honestly, the fear is real. I very much find security in being able to, edit my videos beforehand, but yeah. So in the idea of trying to combat this fear, I'm going to try doing more live videos effectively. And I figured today was a pretty good day to start because Vogel took himself off to the movies without me, so he's gone to see what Matrix Resurrection? I don't actually know what it's called. The new Matrix film. So he's gone off to go see that and left me here to my own devices. So I figured now would be as good a time as any to, one, try a live, and two, also pick my 101 things for next year. I can see that you guys are commenting in the chat, so hopefully that means you can actually hear me and you're not just watching me kind of awkwardly wave my hands around. Hopefully also the footage isn't backwards to you because on my end, this is flipped, which means you can't actually read anything. So hopefully that is not the case for you. If it is, I will hopefully figure out how to fix that, but we will have to wait and see. Audio is great. Thank you, Amy. Excellent. So I figured to start off, we could just kind of have a look or a little peruse of the 101 things that I did not manage to accomplish this year. I mean, technically, there is still a day and a half left, but honestly, some of these are not going to happen in that amount of time. You can see that I did get some of them done, though. I haven't made a lot of progress since my last video on this list, but we'll go through, we'll have a look. So in terms of things that I did not achieve, we might as well start with that. So having a weekend getaway was something that I wanted to do, haven't gotten around to, but we did visit Queenstown. So that's like kind of a consolation prize, I guess. We were going to do an escape room with Rachel and Jason, but we never actually ended up following through on the plans. So that is something that I'll probably want to carry forward to next year. Set up my Cricut. Oh my gosh, I have had my Cricut for okay, so Vogel got it for me for my birthday. He didn't get it for me this year. He didn't get it for me last year. I think he got it for me the year before, and it's literally just sitting in my closet. It's at the top of my closet, feeling very neglected. And I know that the Cricut is such a powerful tool, and you can do so many things with it, and I just haven't gotten around to actually setting it up at all. So, whoop. Oh well. That will be something to hopefully do in the new year, along with actually cutting something with my Cricut, because I have all the materials there to cut something, I just haven't done the thing. In terms of donating blood, now, if you don't know about my 101 things list, this is something that I started doing back in high school with my mate Rachel, and so, well, showing my age, how many years has it been since I left high school? More than 10. So for about, let's say, 12-ish years, I've been doing it. And every time I have done one, donating blood has been on my list. And I still have not gotten around to it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that can be something we can do next year. A favorite things day was something that I was going to do on my birthday this year. And I ended up just kind of doing video content instead because that's kind of where all of my free time goes. Not that I'm mad about it, but I would like to properly plan a favorite things day. If you don't know what a favorite things day is, it's essentially a day where you try and kind of cram in all of your favorite things for the day. So going to your favorite places, doing your favorite activities, eating your favorite foods, that kind of stuff. Let's see. Get my brows done. This one, I'm not too sure if I'm going to transfer at this stage because, I don't know, I kind of like to think my eyebrows aren't that bad. They are there. They're existing. They are a kind of nice enough color. They don't really need a lot of shaping. So I might take that one off the list for next year. Going on a day trip, I'm going to keep on because I haven't made a conscious effort to do that one yet. Hosting a dinner party. Now, technically, I did this for Friendsgiving. I had people over, I made food, but then again, they also made food. I think that my idea with hosting a dinner party is that I want to be the person responsible for all of the food. So it's I invite people over, I cook a 3-course meal, we have a good time. So hopefully maybe I could put that one on my list for next year. We can maybe get that one done. Number 16, buy a nice dress. Now, I think I put this one down more as like a wish than a goal because like I don't wear dresses. Like if you've watched my vlogs, you guys know that I wear a black top and black jeans pretty much all of the time that I leave the house. And if I'm not leaving the house, I wear a black top and black track pants. So we'll see about a nice dress, but I do technically have a wedding coming up in January, and I don't really think that my black top and black jeans is going to cut it for that. So maybe I could get a nice dress for that one. I'm just going to tweak the chat here because at the moment I can only see top rather than live, so I don't think I'm actually getting all your messages. There we go. That looks fixed. Better. Where were we? Number 17, have a spa day. Ideally, this would be a spa day like outside of the house because technically I could do it at home spa day, but I think I want it to be like a little more special than that. So that's probably something I can transfer forward. Have a staycation. Again, this is one of those things that like Vogel and I planned to do. Like we talked about it and we talked about what we wanted to include, but we did not get around to that either. Go to Toast and go to the Green Expo. You can hopefully see that these two both have little migration arrows because it was kind of outside of my control in terms of not getting these done because Toast got postponed because of restrictions and the Green Expo also got postponed because of restrictions. So hopefully next year we will see. Let's see. Make a Pinterest cake. I still want to do this so very badly because I love the kind of like nailed it cakes where people have attempted to make the Pinterest cake and it has gone less than ideally. That is what I want to do. I especially like the hedgehog one. I don't know if you guys have seen the hedgehog Pinterest cake, but it's so good. Oh my gosh. Like where somebody's put the little kind of candy teeth on the front of the hedgehog but they haven't like put enough little sticks in for its spines and it looks like kind of terrifying, honestly, but it is so good. And I want to make a Pinterest cake, hopefully to a greater success level than the hedgehog Pinterest cake. But yes. All right. Art and wine night. This one is like an actual event. It's something that gets put on by a company here in Wellington where they provide the like painting materials and the canvas and stuff like that. And then you can just like buy drinks at the bar. And so you all end up painting like one picture. Like I don't know actually how it works, but yeah, there's like a set project in mind, so they provide the materials for the set project and then it's just like at a bar, chill evening, have some wine, paint some stuff, should be good. Make an apple pie. Now, I'm kind of sad about this one because I made a pumpkin pie this year for the first time and that was not on my list. So I'm very tempted just to kind of like cross out apple and write pumpkin because I still made a pie and it was still a dessert pie, but yeah. That one hopefully can do next year. We've had a question about putting in closed captions in English. I don't know how to do that on live streams, but if I can figure it out, I will certainly do it for you. Unless you mean on my other videos. And in that case, I can probably put it on those ones as well. Yes. Where were we? Next one, sell a hoodie. I would like to design a better hoodie before I sell a hoodie. Not to say that I don't like the hoodie that I did design this year. It's just not very... What's the word? I'm trying to be nice to myself. It's not very representative of my ability to design things. Does that kind of make sense? Yep. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, everybody else who has said hello. Hi, Steph. Hi, Linda. Hi, everybody else. Sorry that I haven't been responding to your comments in a timely fashion. I am not very live savvy. Anywho. Oop, celebrate Friendsgiving. That totally happened. It happened super late, but we got it done. Yes, we can check that one off. So, if you don't know, Friendsgiving is essentially Thanksgiving, but with friends. We don't really celebrate Thanksgiving here in New Zealand, so Friendsgiving is more like a for the lols kind of holiday. But yes, we have make an email signature. Haven't done, still want to do. Buy a nice top. I like to think that my black tops are nice, but my mother disagrees, so we can't cross that one off. Go a day without checking social media. It is kind of sad how this would be like a very straightforward thing to do, yet I did not accomplish it this year. Get a nice pair of everyday earrings. That is still something I want to do. Try smoky eye makeup. I have all the tools. I have the brushes. I have the eyeshadow. I just have not done it. Alrighty. Have 2 liters of water every day for a week. I don't think I even had 2 liters of water like one day this year, in the same way that, like, let's see, we'll flip forward for a second. Here it is. Coke-free days that I have had in 2021, one day. I've had one Coke-free day this year. Maybe 2, and I just forgot to record it. But yeah, maybe on the days that I don't drink Coke Zero, I can do my 2 liters of water. We have Make a Media Kit. That one is, it's more of a project than like a one-off tiny task. And I do try, when I'm making my 101 things list, to have just really small tasks so that they're very achievable. Sad face that some of them are not, or rather have not been checked off, even though they are achievable. But yeah, I try and make them really small things, and making a media kit feels like it's just going to need way more kind of research than I am willing to put in right now. Get a will, because I'm getting older, and you know, things happen, so should probably get onto that. Sell a Notion template. This one's kind of sad because I started making a Notion template, like a proper full one for like as a teaching resource in particular, but okay, side note. I have this thing where I start projects and don't finish them, which is it's like a serial issue for me. It happens with hobbies. It happens with like products that I'm trying to develop and sell, that kind of stuff. Like I get really into it and I'll work on it like a mad person for several days, and then I'll just stop. So yeah, back to what we were talking about. Selling a Notion template and releasing a Notion pack. Did start working on them, made a lot of progress, and then dropped the ball. So I think that like release a Notion pack, we could half cross off. It half happened. There we go. Let's see. Make a terrarium. Still want to do that. I'm a really bad plant mom, but I still want to do it. Have a degustation. I need to find one first, because the only one that I could find in Wellington was like fish related, and it's not that I don't like fish, it's just that if I'm gonna have a degustation, just like a 7-course meal or whatever, I'd rather have one that wasn't just fish. Yeah. Have a picnic. I mean, I have a backyard that would be perfect for picnicking now, and I live in an area where there's like enough parks that it would also be really nice, so maybe one to do into the new year. Having a solo date. I was technically going to do that today, and then I couldn't be bothered leaving the house, so it didn't happen, but would still like to do that. I think that there's a lot to be said about being able to like take yourself out and just enjoy your own company, because I don't do that very often. Question has been asked. What time is it where you are? It is 5:04 p.m. where I am, and I'd be curious to know what time it is where you guys are as well, because time differences always kind of trip me up. Oh, and reference, it's the 30th of December where I am. So 5:05 now p.m., 30th of December. Have a picnic, have a solo date, make a poured paint picture. This one is like, I think that poured paint pictures look amazing, but I am like allergic to mess. I hate when my hands are like dirty and messy, and I know that that would be the kind of project which would make a hell of a lot of mess, and I'm just like not prepared to clean it up. I still really want to do it because I think that they look amazing, but yeah, didn't happen this year because I'm allergic to mess. She says sitting in an office that looks like a tip, but we will ignore that. Replanting my garden. Now as we've moved to our new house and kind of gotten really more settled in, I would very much like to do this. I'd actually like to do this in the not too distant future when the weather's still kind of nice. Go to Zealandia. Hasn't happened, should happen, because it's like one of only maybe 2 attractions that we actually have in Wellington, and to say that I haven't been there is kind of a bummer. Paint a watercolor, and this one should be with the little kind of added note of that I'm proud of, because like technically I've painted with watercolor paints before, but they're not spectacular, and my watercoloring needs some work. Alrighty. Try cold brew coffee, would still like to do. Outdoor movie night, would still like to do. Make gnocchi from scratch. It's not that I don't want to do it, it's just that I feel like it might be more effort than it's worth. You know how there are certain foods where when you make them at home, like, you get the sense of satisfaction, but you put in so much effort and it turns out, like, okay. Like, it was only okay. Like, anytime I make pad thai at home, it's only okay. But if I go and get it from a Thai restaurant, it's freaking amazing. Yeah, that's what I feel like gnocchi would end up being. I put in all this effort to make it, and then it would just be like, yeah, I'd eat it again, but too much effort. Launch a website, one that I started. Like, technically, you can go to JashiiCorrin.com. It counts. It's there, but it's not got anything on it that's even remotely close to my own content. It's all of those kind of, like, already pre-filled in boxes with lorem impulsum or whatever they actually say. Let's see. Learn pivot tables. I feel like they would be so useful, and as someone who really loves Excel, I should get around to that one day, but we will see. Selling my mark books went very much the same way as the Notion template. Like, I started working on it, put in heaps of effort, and then just stopped. Get a better desk chair. Technically, I half did this in the sense that I stole Vogel's desk chair. So I've got one that works and it's fairly comfortable, but it's not necessarily mine because it's Vogel's. Because I stole it. Make a 2022 vision board. I was so keen to do this. And then December just ended up being way more busy than I thought it was going to be. And that was completely self-inflicted because I was the person who thought yeah, let's set up 6 bullet journals in 1 month. That's going to be a really great idea. 10 out of 10 would not recommend doing that again, but yes, I would like to do a vision board. I did not do a vision board. I'm not sure if I will do one for 2022. We will have to wait and see. Have good ramen. Technically, this is have good ramen out. I would like to go out and have ramen because we have made ramen multiple times this year, and again, one of those things where yeah, it was good, but it wasn't anything that you're gonna write home about. This one's probably the saddest because I wrote it when we were starting to loosen restrictions and I was going to be able to celebrate Christmas with my family. We had planned that mum and dad were gonna come over. It was gonna be the first Christmas in our new house. And then it didn't happen because they closed the borders again. And I know, obviously, I am in a very blessed position. A lot of other people have suffered far greater due to restrictions, pandemicisms, all of that kind of stuff. But we can just kind of highlight that one as bomber. Set up another giveaway bujo. We totally did. That one has been sent off to our giveaway winner. Hopefully it arrives promptly. Stationery haul. Technically, I have purchased stationery, but I would not call it a haul. I don't really know how much you have to buy at one time for it to actually be considered a haul. But yeah, something to look at. Host a patron hangout. I will totally be putting that on our next list. And by next list, I mean next year's list. But didn't get to it this year. Reach 80k gamer score. I mean, I've still got time, but I'm not going to be playing Xbox anytime today or tomorrow. We have get bathroom drawer organizers. That was supposed to happen on Boxing Day, but I never got around to measuring up the drawer, so yeah. Get a kitchen bar chair, or get kitchen bar chairs. They were supposed to arrive yesterday. We ordered them in August, but they're not going to be here until mid-January. They're coming though. Decorate for Christmas. Totally did that. If you guys saw my decorating video, I very much love what Christmas Wallace. He's Wallace the Walla. He's very cute. And I assume that we're probably going to have those Christmas decorations up until March because I have absolutely no intention to take them down. Update all video titles and descriptions. Nope. And write my 2022 101 things list. Too many numbers. But yes. That is what we're doing today, now as we're a good 20 minutes into this video. So, writing my list for the year ahead. I will say, when it comes to writing these lists, I do not write every single thing out before the year starts. That is, it's totally doable. You could do it, but I like to give myself a little bit of room where I can add tasks in throughout the year. Not so much as a when you write a checklist of things that you've already done just so you can check them off, but more I think that throughout next year there might be things that kind of come to mind as stuff that I want to try. So if I get my old journal out, please hold. Alrighty. So looking at my old journal, you'll see that I only got up to writing out 77 things before I moved into my new journal. So there were, I can't do this kind of math in my head, this many tasks that I did not actually kind of think of come mid-year. So when it comes to writing my 101 things list for 2022, I do not expect to have 101 things by the end of this video. But I do have some already, and by some I mean like 3. So if we move on over into my new journal, I've got like a stack of all the journals that I need on the side here. There we go. New journal. Where did I put the 101 things? There we go. And you can see I've started writing some ideas here. Oh gosh, blurry. Apologies. There we go. So things that I have on here so far. We have wake up on New Year's Day without a hangover. This is going to be such a challenge because like I tell myself I'm going to do this every year. I'm like, okay, Jessica, we regretted our choices last year. Let's make some better ones this year. And then, it gets to 11 o'clock and you're 2 bottles deep and you're just like, oh dear, what have I done to myself? That will not be this year. This time I will do right by me. I will make sure that I make better choices. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. We have celebrate my 31st birthday, and I always like to put my birthday celebration on the number for like what I'm turning. So last year, celebrate my 30th was on 30, celebrate my 31st is on 31. And then we also have write my 101 things list for 2023, which is obviously a little far away. I'm not going to be thinking about that today, but one to think about for the future. So I have a lot of spaces to fill. Some of them I will be pulling from this list, but some of them are going to be new things because obviously I don't have enough to fill. What's 101 minus 3? 98? I do not have 98 tasks here. So we're going to pull out the ones that I do want and then think about other stuff that I might want to do. So you guys can do maths better than me. Your maths is quicker than my maths. Let's see. Where are we going to write this? I think our brainstorming book is a good place to start. So I don't know if you've been able to tell, but because this is the start of the journal, I've had the washi tape just hiding under here, propping up the book page. Haha, behind the scenes sneaky tricks. Anywho, let's move him out of the way. I also apologize for any lighting changes we're getting. I do not use this setup very often. And now I'm getting a call from Vogel. Should we answer it? Let's see. Hello. Hi there. I'm in the middle of a live stream.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do you want to say hi?
Hello, everyone.
Hi. Do you have a quick question or?
You could probably text me an answer, but I was just going to say, I filled up on popcorn, so I'm probably not going to want pasta for dinner. I was wondering if you wanted me to pick you up something for dinner on my way back.
Devastation. Don't bother on the way back. I might just get myself something later.
Okay, cool. I'll see you in a bit.
Alrighty, say goodbye to the people.
Bye, everyone. Sorry.
Bye for now.
See ya.
Where were we? Ah, yes. Okay, so getting out Ginormator notebook to write down some ideas. See, this is why I don't do lives, because things can go wrong and I can't edit them out. Let's see. I absolutely love this journal. I don't think that I'm ever going to want to use a size this big again, but for now, and the fact that, I was gifted it, I do very much like it. Let's see. Looking for the most recent blank page so that I don't just randomly write this in the middle of the journal somewhere. There we go. Looks about right. Ugh, blurry. Apologies. So, as I was saying, in terms of writing out my 101 things list for next year, what I'm going to start by doing is going through my list from this year and pulling out everything that I would like to keep on. Like everything that I feel would be worthy of my attention in 2022. Where is my pen? There we go. So, going through quickly. I will say before I start writing in here, this is my like kind of junk journal. It's for brainstorming mainly. I don't use it very often, but when I do, it is never neat. So please do not be too, I don't know, taken aback when my writing is not as uniform as it is in my videos. Oof, blurry. Bring back my hand. Well, I guess this is just how it is now. Let's see. So we had have a weekend getaway. I still want to do that. So weekend getaway. And if you guys have any ideas of what I can add to this list as we go through, feel free to throw them down in the chat as well. If you are here watching the replay, I would love to know in the comments below what's something that you want to achieve next year. Like what is either a tiny thing or either a big goal that you want to work on. So we have do an escape room. Yes, escape rooms are awesome. Escape room. We have cricket. Oh my gosh. We need to set up the cricket and cut something on the cricket. We have donating blood, which is still something I want to do. Donate blood. Okay. Your writing isn't perfect all the time. Shock. See, the thing is, this isn't even my handwriting. Like, my actual handwriting is... Do I have an example of it somewhere? Okay, so this is like my straight up and down writing. But my regular writing is slanted. I typically like to turn my book quite a lot while I write. So my regular writing is like... This is my regular writing. And even then, this is like the fast version of my regular writing. Over here, where we're working on our list, this is my I'm on a live stream, and I'm not good at live streams, and I feel uncomfortable writing. So we had favorite things day, still want to do. I don't think we're going to carry over getting my brows done because I feel like I don't really need to do that. Go on a day trip, I would still like to do. Hosting a dinner party, still would like to do that. Dinner party. We had buying a nice dress. We will put that in the maybe category. Maybe. Even though we technically know it's probably going to have to happen because we have that wedding coming up. I say we like you guys are going. Maybe one of you's going. It's Nick and Tui's wedding. It's going to be lovely. Where were we? Go to Toast, which is like a wine and food festival that they have in November every year. And we also have the Green Expo, because I really like those expos where they have like a bunch of little stalls set up and you can buy a bunch of stuff that's like related to a particular theme. So Vogel and I have gone to the Food Expo twice now, which was a lot of fun. So I want to go to the Green Expo. Green Expo. We had the Art and Wine Night, because that sounds like fun. Night. And I don't know if you guys have it in your area. I don't know how to turn the autofocus off. I'm really sorry. It just, this is my webcam. It's not my phone. I usually film on my phone. So I'm not actually too sure to like how I'm supposed to get it to stop doing that. I'm a live streaming noob. Apologies. Maybe if I just don't move, if I stay very still, which is going to make it very hard to write. What was I saying? I can't remember. Something about... yes. So I'm not too sure if you guys have it in your area, but I know in my area we have this thing called like Concrete Playground or something like that. And it's this website that lists out a whole bunch of different like activities that are going on like in our region or like, you know, in Wellington or in our town, that kind of stuff. And it can be really helpful for finding things like this. So things to put on a 101 things list, like little activities, little kind of adventures and stuff like that you can take in and around the place that you live, which is pretty cool. I'm going to pick up my pen again, so I apologize. Like, as soon as I moved, it decided, nope, the focus is going to go. Try putting something dark like a coaster in the center of the right page. That's over here, right? Does that count? Is that dark enough? Not really. I'm going to drink that, though. What do I have that's dark? Ow. Is that dark enough? Is that good? We will try it. We will see if that works. Nope. Instantly decided it didn't like me. I'll just try harder not to move. Where are we? Making apple pie? Yep. Where did I just like... We'll just write fast. There we go. No, as soon as I move my hand away, it does the thing, eh? Maybe I just need to, like, keep the hand here. Stay here. Don't... Nope, doesn't like that. Interesting. This is something to figure out at some point in 2022. Figure out how to do lives. There. Alrighty. It's on the project list, team. Read X amount of books. Okay, so when it comes to my 101 things list, this is where I have to have it contend with my 22 22s and 2022 list. 22 22s and 2022. Yes, I said that correctly. Now, jumping into my journal. Let's see. So we've got 101 things, which is 101 things. What we also have to do is 22 22s and 2022. Where does this go? Give me my journal. This way. There we go. So on this one, it is a list of 22 things that I want to do 22 times in 2022. And on this one, I have books to read. So I probably don't need to put any book reading on my 101 things list. Same idea with like movies, documentaries, TV shows, games played, cricket projects. See, I have to set up the cricket because I need to do 22 cricket projects. New foods tried, meat-free dinners, no food out. That one is always a struggle for me because it doesn't just include like fast food. It also includes like, what's the other thing? What's the thing that's not fast food? Restaurants, stuff like that. 2 liters of water days. Haha, good luck. 10,000 step days, kilos lost, restaurants tried, date nights or date days, social outings, work-free days, blog posts, the week that was vlogs, $100 saved, long-term collections or just for fun bullet journal pages, hair masks, and face masks. Like, not face masks like breathing face masks, the ones that are like pampering face masks. Yeah, pamper face masks. Did I have new recipes on here? Oh gosh. Did I not put it on? Ah, no, that's in new foods tried, all right? So because I wanted it to be not just me making the food, it was like I could go out and get something new. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. I'm going to just check the comments just for a second. I think it's a light on the clicker part of the pen. This guy? That one? Maybe. Ugh. Do I just need something brighter then? I don't know. Invest in a dedicated live streaming camera. Yeah, okay, we're going to put that on the list because honestly, I would like to upgrade my filming situation. At the moment, I just do all of my filming on my phone and it seems to work quite well, but I would like to invest in a better camera, whether that be for live streaming or otherwise. The question of do my lists overlap? I try to make it so that my 22 22s in 2022 and my 101 things do not overlap, but there are some things where it will. So for instance, like on my 101 things list, I have celebrate my 31st birthday, and I'm probably going to have some kind of a social outing for that, so it will be included in both, but I don't like actively try to make them overlap. Does that make sense? The pen that I'm using is the Papermate Inkjoy Gel Pen. It's clicky. I like it. This is like one of my go-to writing pens. It's fairly fluid in its ink, so I don't think it's like super great in terms of like being a lefty and writing with it. And it is Certainly water soluble and not good if you spill a drink on your journal, but I do enjoy using it. In terms of figuring out the dryer, yes, I have. Vogel taught me how to use it, and it doesn't seem too challenging, even if it looks like it's from a spaceship. I mean, our old dryer is like older than I am, so the new one was kind of a bit of a learning curve, but we've figured it out. Let's see. Create with Lulu said that it was their goal to reach 150 subscribers before the end of the year, and they also said that they made the live stream, so that's awesome. And I'm glad that you got inspired to start your own YouTube channel. That's very exciting. Let's see. So, back to the list. And by that I mean back to the list that I already wrote and pulling things off of that list to populate my new list. We had an email signature. I still want to do that because I just think that they look nice, you know? And it looks more professional or something. Media kit, I'm going to say no. 2 liters of water every day for a week. Because I already have 22 days of 2 liters of water, I'm probably going to leave that. You know, as you mentioned that, Heather, so Heather said, oh darn, the dryer couldn't have waited a week. I was talking with Rachel yesterday about how she doesn't want to start any new books because she's worried she might finish them before 2022, and her goal for 2022 is to read 22 books. So she's like trying to hold off on doing it so that then she can actually include it on her list for next year. And I can totally relate to that. Outdoor movie night, we still want to do that. That looks good. Movie night. Scribble writing. Cold brew coffee, I still want to try it, even I don't like coffee, but in theory it's supposed to be not as bitter. Emphasis on in theory because I have absolutely no idea. Cold brew. Coffee. How do we spell coffee? 2 F's, 2 A's. Zealandia. I would still like to go there. Degustation, I would still like to have. Degustation. Picnic, even though I do not like going outside, but I think it would be nice. Solo date, I would still like to do a proper solo date because I've taken myself out for a meal by myself, but I'd like to make an event of it, you know? Pay for a movie and stuff. Better desk chair, I mean, I still like the one that I've got, so I don't really feel the need to get a new desk chair when this one is working just fine. What I would like to do, though, is set up my office, properly, without a whole bunch of Archer and Olive boxes just sitting on the floor. Set up new office. There we go. Let's see. Good ramen. Still want to have good ramen. Ramen. I will tentatively put down Xmas with family because maybe it'll actually get to happen next year. Video titles and descriptions. I feel like that's less fun than I would like for this list. Ideally, on my 101 things list, I want it to be fun things. I also want it to feel like smaller, achievable things, not giant projects that are going to last many, many moons. Pinterest cake. Poured paint picture I still want to do. I don't know if it will happen next year because of the aforementioned dislike of having things that are on my hands, dirty hands, and just mess in general. But I think it would be fun. Poured paint picture, looking good. Pinterest cake we did. Art and wine night we did. Apple pie. I've gotten myself very out of order because I keep getting distracted. This is problematic. Alrighty. Sell something. There we go. We're going to make it really basic, but something I made. There we go. I can't just go and declutter my closet and then sell something from that. That looks close to done. Replant garden. We still want to do that. 2022 vision board is a maybe at this stage. My website, I would actually like to go and work on it. Pivot tables we'll put up here. Because it's one of those things that I know they're supposed to be powerful, but I kind of get by with everything else I do it as well. Oh, question. Okay, yes, we are doing the Lost Apothecary. Apothecary. I can't even say the word. How am I going to read this book? The Lost Apothecary is our book for January. For those of you who don't know, Rachel and I are doing a reading challenge for 2022 where we have a book every month that we're going to read like together. Yeah. But the way that it works is that we've pre-picked out 12 genres, and then each month we kind of have like a random number generator pick out which of the genres we're going to be reading from. So Rachel is picking the book for January, so she picks all of the odd number months. I pick all the even number months. And the category or genre that came up was historical fiction, I think. Yeah. So the book that has been chosen is The Lost Apothecary. I always have to say it slowly because I want to say, I don't even know what I want to say. Apothecary. Okay. Anywho, where were we? So, writing my list, done that. Titles and descriptions, we're putting in the like no pile. Hosting a patron hangout, I would love to do that. I just need to figure out where I need to do that. Like what app or like service I need to use in order to do that. Does that kind of make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Getting bathroom drawer organizers, yes, I would like to do that. Drawer organizers. And I'd still like to do a stationery haul. I think it'd be fun. I don't really buy a lot of things all at once. I can't spell stationery. I've completely butchered this word, but I will know what I mean. Stationery haul. Yeah, I don't really buy things that I don't think I'm going to use very often, and I think that's kind of the issue that I have with a stationery haul because I need to actually find things that I feel I'm going to get genuine use out of. I don't like clutter. There we go. I think I have pulled everything off of this list that I actually care about. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to have access to the list. I can always look it up later. Let's see. Yep. Oh, everyday earrings. I would like to get a pair of everyday earrings that are a little bit nicer than having been bought by the, what is it called? Like the chemist? The pharmacy? Yeah. A little bit nicer than that. All right. Everyday earrings. Now we are into thinking about other things that I might want to do. Like, what other stuff might I want to put on this list? Because, as you can probably tell, this is not going to be 98 things. I don't even know how many lines there are here, and I'm not going to count them. And I apologize for the focus because it's starting to tick me off too. So let's see. What else can I put on this list? What other things do I want to do in 2022? Well, first I want to have a drink because I've been talking for too long. If you can't stay for the live, that's okay. I'm sure you can catch the rest of it on the replay. Go to sleep if you need to sleep. I'm not worth staying up for. Alrighty. Are you wanting to add local event attendance things to your list? I will if they are things that I actually want to attend, if that kind of makes sense. Learn how to change a tire. But isn't that what Vogel is for? No, actually, that's what I pay AA Road Assist for. But that's totally, I like those ideas of like learning life skills. Oh, I totally forgot to write down will on here. Okay, we're going to put a line in and we'll just put the maybe column there. We'll make the maybes smaller. We'll just start from the bottom here. Will. I need to write my will still. I forgot to change that over. I forgot to transfer that to my new list. Let's see. I would also like to I would like to finish revamping my Patreon tiers because I have started properly doing that today. Like, I'd already kind of had the ideas written down, but I've actually started like properly writing them out and getting them up today. But I feel like that's going to be the kind of thing that I probably finish like early next week because I just want to offer, stuff that is worthwhile, things that people actually want and care about. But I also want to make sure that I don't burn myself out because that is a real problem. Alrighty. There's a balloon Festival, yeah. Wairapa balloons, Heritage Week things in October, Greytown Midwinter Christmas. Ooh, they all sound really cool. Okay, I'm gonna put this on my like investigate list. We need an investigate list. Investigate. So we have the Wairapa balloons. We have the Heritage Week. Thank you for the suggestions. And we have the Midwinter Xmas. Nice. All right. Yeah, and if you are part of the Patreon, I am so sorry that you got added to my Discord server against your will. Like, I finally connected Discord to my Patreon tiers, and then all at once, Patreon added all of the people, all the patrons to the Discord server, and it was just like one after the other, ding, 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 and I was like genuinely worried that I'd gone and like posted something somewhere that I shouldn't have, like spamming or something like that. Anywho, thankfully that's all over. Could have been a lot worse. But hopefully you enjoy being part of the server. If you guys aren't on the Discord already, like, you know, obviously not the patrons, because you certainly are part of the Discord now, but if you're not part of the Patreon team and you're not part of the Discord server, in theory, that is linked in the description box. In theory. Let's see. I'm going to go back and read some comments because I know you guys have been giving me some ideas and I am bad at checking the chat. Bloop bloop. Alrighty. Videos, stationery. Change time. Bloop 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 bloop. So we have had a question about what my plans for Patreon are this year. I'm looking to, first of all, expand my tiers because at the moment I only have 2 tiers available. I say at the moment, I've already gone and added another one in, but I had 2 tiers available. And they were like Team Tiny Wins, which is a $1 tier, and Team Progress Over Perfection, which was a $5 tier. For next year, I'm looking to add a $3, a $10, a $15, and a $20 tier, which obviously, as the monetary amount goes up, the perks increase as well. Haven't quite sorted out what I'm offering at the more expensive end. I don't want to say expensive because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the right word. The pricier end, the more financial commitment end. Yeah, obviously, closer to that end, you get more perks. But haven't quite finalized what I want to offer in there because, again, it has to be sustainable. You know, being a teacher is a very large time commitment, and then content creating on top of that is a much bigger time commitment. Yeah, if you guys have watched any of my vlogs, you know that I don't sleep. Yoga for a week, 10. Ooh, bed by 10 for a week. That is an excellent idea. Vogel will like that, but then he might start getting expectations about me coming to bed at a reasonable hour, and that's just unrealistic. Bed by 10 for a week. Excellent. There we go. Let's see, what else could I add in here? I actually do have some ideas. I need to go find my list because I put a question up on Patreon as well. About like other things that people thought I should do, and then I started writing my own ideas down, and then I lost my sticky note. Aha, there we go. Okay, so a suggestion I got from Deb was homemade bubble tea, which sounds like fun, so I will put that on. I also had a month of planning with me series. That would be fun. So that's, if you haven't seen a month of planning with me, it's like a daily video that's journaling related. I typically like to put in a little kind of tidbit or a little kind of interest piece in there as well, just so it's not just like, hey, look, I'm writing a checklist. Alrighty. Month of planning. So in previous month of planning with me series kind of videos, we've done things like I might show you how to do printed headers for your journal, like how I make it so that they're measured up properly, so that when you print them out, they're actually the right size. We've done things like how certain spreads in my journal work, like maybe how the productivity level board works and stuff like that. Question was, is a live stream part of the list? Live streaming is part of like a personal challenge, but let's put it in there as well. Live streams. I'm going to say ×3 to set the bar low for myself, so then they feel way more achievable. But I'm kind of hoping that like live streams are going to be a more regular part of the content on my channel. The nice part about lives is that there's no editing. The bad part about lives is that there's no editing. And I say dumb things sometimes, or stutter over my words and sound like a person who can't speak English. Anywho, a month of planning. Okay, we put that on. Complete the reading challenge. So this is one, the aforementioned reading challenge with Rachel. Complete the reading challenge. There we go. Make korma from scratch. This is one that I put on my list for me because that's one I've been thinking about. I've decided that I'm very into Asian dishes, like whether that be like Chinese or Thai or like Indian Asian or like anything like that. So more of that. Scratch. We had get a tree topper because as much as I do love Rachel's decoration, it's like not intended to be on top of a tree. Let's see, get a tree topper. So I'd say the nice part is that we can talk to each other and interact with the content. I do appreciate that. I like that, it feels very, kind of like two-way, like to the extent that it can be two-way, considering I'm talking and you guys are typing. But I do like that you guys can kind of put questions down in real time, and if I bother to read the live chat, I can answer them. Again, apologies if you've asked a question or like put forward a suggestion during this live and I've just not seen it because I was like in the zone and like not focusing on what you guys have been writing. Apologies. Alrighty. Let's see. We have tree topper. Wrote that down. Get cables put into the wall because we've got the televisions mounted and there are still cables running down the wall in the main lounge area. So no. Get cables put in wall. And I think that's technically already booked in for January. So in theory, it should happen. Carve a jack-o'-lantern is one that has like been on my list for many moons. I didn't put it on my list this year because I knew it was just going to be unrealistic for the time that I had around then. But I just want to do it. We don't really have carving pumpkins in New Zealand. So we will see. I might end up carving, like, I don't know. What other things can you carve that aren't pumpkins? You could probably carve a potato, but it probably wouldn't end up very good. Because it doesn't have the, like, squishy inside. What else could you carve? The problem is, when I say carving, I'm like, the only thing that comes to mind is orange things. I'm like, well, I'm not going to carve an orange, and I'm not going to carve a mandarin. See, a watermelon or a pineapple. Look at you people with your sensible ideas. Or a squash. Excellent. Carve a turnip. I know you can make potato stamps, but can you, like, carve a potato? Because you can't really scoop out the insides very easy like you can with a squash. Watermelon's a little bit more, like, I don't know, user-friendly. You're supposed to be able to bite into watermelons. I don't think you're supposed to be able to bite into potatoes. Well, I'm pretty sure eating raw potatoes is, like, not good for you. This is an aside. Anywho, ground pumpkins and random thinking of you cards to friends and family. That sounds nice. Thinking of you cards. That's cute. And then we'll figure out lantern. And then I'm just going to put in brackets watermelon. And then I could make a watermelon daiquiri. Yes, exactly. Do not eat raw potato. If that is the takeaway message for today, I am okay with that. Don't do it. No. You don't bite through the skin of the watermelon. I mean, maybe some people do, but like the flesh of the watermelon is biteable. The flesh of a potato is like not so biteable. Like it's probably more biteable than other things, but still. Anywho, let's see. I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to go read. Let's see. Also, obviously, in my regular videos, I have background music. Like, it's only quiet, but is that something that we feel like we need in our live videos? Because I'm not afraid of long silences, but I have been told that I am a kind of person who is very inclined to fill extended silences, which is why the majority of my videos don't have long periods of just music. Because I'm like, nope, gotta talk in that. Gotta fill the hole in a positive manner, not in a creepy manner. Jessica, you're rambling. Alrighty, you guys don't mind. You don't mind the quiet. All good. Drink break. If you're drinking water, good for you. I'm not. I'm going to try and show this to you as best I can. It says bottom up. Rachel got it for me for Christmas. It's got a little Santa in a chimney. Yeah, I'm just going to carve out a watermelon and then I'm going to spray paint it orange and I'll put that on my front doorstep, front porch. I don't really have a porch, but yeah. See, the thing with our house and like in terms of decorating for holidays is that our house is like removed from the street. So any decorations we put up, people can't really see anyways. Like I put out all of these really lovely Halloween decorations and nobody got to see them. In the sense that the outside of my house is infested with spiders and they put up the decorations, but still, nobody got to see it. Very disappointed. So, where were we? Thinking of you cards. What else do I want to try and do? You have a 5-line journal, practice instead. I would like to make a journaling prompt list. I think that would be fun. I'd also like to actually do a like doodle a day, like where I actually doodle every day, because often what happens is that like I kind of save them up to the end of the week and then just like do 7 at a time. Actually do a doodle a day. No, I'll just say for a month. There we go. Let's see. I didn't realize that turnip carving was like an actual thing, Lorraine. That's kind of funny. Turnips aren't widely purchased here, I think. I don't know. We have them, but I don't hear about a lot of people eating turnips. So, Alrighty. So, journaling prompt list, that is something I want to do. I already put on Hangout because I still want to do that. I'm going to put a star next to it because it's important to me. Would like to do that very much. What else? Let's see if we've gotten any more suggestions from Instagram as well, because obviously I put that thing up that I mentioned before. My Insta stories. This Insta story. Oh, you can see my ring light. Isn't that nice? Alrighty. Suggestions that we got from here. So one of the suggestions we had was travel to a new city. Totally not against that. I would like to do some kind of like New Zealand trip. I just don't know where in New Zealand I would like to go. So we should also put that on the investigate list. New Zealand trip. Yeah. And then rack it somewhere. I don't want to go around the whole country. Ain't nobody got time for that. There we go. So let's see. Try a bottle of wine from every continent except Antarctica. Do they make wine in Antarctica? No, Jessica. There are no grapes in Antarctica. Think things through. My gosh. Let's see. We had macaroons. Ooh, yum. I would like to make macaroons one day. I have not gotten around to doing that. My mum bought me one of those like macaroon baking sheets one year because I like got really into macaroons, and then I never used it and I had to give it away. Sad face. I want something on here to do with baking. Bake something. Baking, like, at the start of this year, I was very, like, adamant that I was going to try and bake, like, one thing a month, and it just didn't happen, which makes me sad because I actually really like baking. I'm not a very good baker in the sense that I approach anything kitchen related haphazardly, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But yes, besides apple pie. Not apple pie. Because it's special. I love apple pie so freaking much. It's like so good. Hello, Lisa. Ooh, a perfect sponge cake. I feel like we should like aim the bar lower. Aren't sponge cakes supposed to be difficult? Macaroons are supposed to be difficult too. That's why it's bake something, not bake macaroons. You do bake macaroons, right? I'm not crazy. That's a thing. Yeah, I think so. See, that's the thing. You say baking is a science, not an art. My science is very haphazard too. Like, when it comes to doing lab work, I'm like, oh yeah, just add a little bit. I'll just add a little bit. Like, it'll all be fine in the end. I was not a very good analytical chemist. All right. Yeah, like you say, just go buy them. It is very much one of those things, like, does the effort, like, match up with the end product? Is it actually worthwhile? Yes, I am a science teacher, but thankfully, in my line of science, you don't have to be too precise. You can just kind of put things together in a safe manner. Don't mix chemicals that you don't understand. There we go. That's the other tip for the day. Don't bite into potatoes and don't eat raw potatoes and don't mix chemicals that you don't understand. So how many do we have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and then possible 50, 51, 52, 52, because that one's twice. Yeah. 52, that's not bad though. That's a pretty good list. I'm not too sure what else I want to put on here. Oh, nope, I totally do. I want to do another giveaway journal because I actually really like doing the giveaway journals. They are a bit of work, and I need to start earlier than I have done both occasions that I've done a giveaway journal, but I really enjoy it. Like, I get to do themes that I wouldn't necessarily do for myself, and it's kind of just nice, like, making something for someone that you know, in theory, they're, like, really going to appreciate. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not very good at handmade gifts. Do you guys want to see a sneak peek? We could do a sneak peek of Rachel's journal. Let's see. How sneaky can my sneak peek be? I need to find a place for this on my desk, but it's not gonna mess up my live streaming. See, the problem with the Archer and Olive boxes is that they all look the same from the outside, which means I didn't open Rachel's journal, I just opened a notepad. 1 second, I need to find Rachel's journal. All right. So if you haven't seen Rachel's journal before, effectively what we're doing for Rachel's journal is that I am setting her up a year-long journal with themes that she has picked. So this is the journal that she picked, the Archer and Olive Secret Keeper. At least on my end, it looks a lot more brown than it actually is. It's kind of like a nice golden brown kind of color. And I have filmed her January setup, but I haven't gotten around to actually putting the video together. Like, I've got the footage, but I haven't actually edited it. So we have This Book Belongs To, and we've got 2022 according to Rachel, which has some silver paint, which I don't know if shows up. Probably doesn't because the focus sucks. Anywho, we have her future log, which you can see here again with the shiny paint. We have her 2222s in 2022. So we've got 21 spaces along here, and then the 22nd thing is her book collection. So she's got a little bookshelf. Then we have the reading challenge, so a space to write down the the title of the book and the genre of the book, and then these are our rules for the challenge. And you guys may have already seen this because I do have a full setup video for it. Then we have a spare page because I fucked up. Yeah, I cocked up. This is where her like cover page for January was supposed to go, and then I somehow put it like 2 spreads forward, and I do not know how that happened. Like, there's a fluff. Go away, fluff. Yeah, absolutely no idea how that happened. And when I turn the page, you'll see why I didn't just redraw it here, because the actual drawing out process took such a long time. So I just like ended up cutting the pages out from where I put them and like sticking them in the place they're supposed to go. Because this is the cover page for Rachel's January setup, which took freaking ages. I am never doing something like this again, but she likes it. So at least there's that. This is essentially like a recreation of who is it? I know her name. Julia. Yes. Julia over on Instagram. I don't remember her handle. I think it's just her name. I don't know. I'll drop it in the description when we're finished here. But yeah, this took ages. I will not be doing anything quite so decorative again. It is completely like a recreation of Julia's work, except for the cat's face. I changed that and kind of like some of the little pieces here are a little bit different, but like, yeah, it's a recreation of her work. There was no way in hell I was going to draw that again. And we'll just skip past all of her kind of like setups. Oh, I don't know if I should sneak you February. We'll do it really quick in our blurry kind of, hoppa, there we go. That's all the sneaking you get. Done. So that's as far as I've gotten with it, effectively. I've set up January, I've set up February, but yeah, there's a fair bit left to go. It's going to be the kind of thing that I am going to have to like take the journal back off her at several points during the year so that I can kind of set it up. But that was your sneak peeking. Yes, too quick. You'll have to go back and rewatch it on the replay because it's February. It's like ages away. It's sadly not that far away. I really need to finish setting that up. But anywho, those were your sneak peekings. No more sneak peekings of Rachel's journal. You'll just have to wait. Hopefully I will get Jeez, Carrie, you're ruining the surprise. When am I giving it to her? I'm gonna give it to her on New Year's Eve. Like, she's already seen it. I gave it to her for Christmas and then promptly took it back off her. But I'm going to be giving it to her, like, to keep, quote, quote, on New Year's Eve, so that then she can actually start using it. I just, I need to probably finish setting up. Like, I've already started sketching out, which one? I've started sketching out May. I've completely finished January and February. March, I need to wait until I've got access to a printer that works because, yeah. Anywho, so I'm going to have to borrow it back off her at several points during the year, but it is a work in progress. Anywho, maybe I should, like, put that on my list. Finish doing Rachel's journal. Where did my pen go? There we go. Finish Rachel's 2022 journal, which is sad that it wasn't already done. But again, past Jessica, underestimated the amount of time these things take, even though she knows how long these things take. Like, she tells you in every video how long each of the pages take. Disappointed. She's using it as a daily planner. The question was about Rachel's journal. Rachel is going to be using this as like a daily planner. So we've set it up in a similar way to the one that she's been using this year, but it's like handmade by yours truly. Do I have any tips on making spreads a bit more decorative? I unintentionally make my spreads functional over aesthetic, and I want to add a little more design and art and such. I find that the easiest way to be decorative is to use lettering. Like, that's usually how I make my spreads more decorative. If you guys have seen my like my January setup, a lot of those pages, the only decorative elements that I have on them are the lettering style and maybe like a strip of washi tape. It's not actual washi tape. I drew it out and it took a very long time. But I think that the main way that I would add decoration, especially if I'm only just getting into decorative stuff, would just be lettering, because that can be decorative in itself. And washi tape. Yeah. Excuse me. When it comes to like adding like drawn decoration or like that kind of decorative elements, I think that putting those in first has its merits. but also thinking of ways that you can kind of like take a spread that you usually use and making it a little more condensed to add room for decorative elements. Does that make sense? So, like, for instance, my social media schedule used to take up a full, like, 2 pages, but then when I started wanting to put a little more decoration in there, I'd kind of, like, condensed it to 1 page and then, like, left a space blank at the bottom where I could do some kind of, like, a doodle or add in, like, a sticker or something like that. So, kind of looking at the page design as it is and seeing where you could fit other little decorative elements in. Yeah. Anywho, team, I think that is where I'm gonna leave it, maybe. I think we've got a good list here. I don't think you guys want to see me rewrite all of that into my, I don't know, actual journal in a much nicer hand lettering style, because this is a mess. I do need to go research some things. I do need to add some more, but like I said, I don't want to actually start the year with like a full 101 things list, because I like having a little bit more room to think about other things or add things in as the year goes, that kind of stuff. But yeah, scrolling through the comments one last time just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. A&O Journal is coming towards the end of January. That is exciting. Let's see. Good timing. Go for your walk before bed. Aw, I hope you and your dog enjoy your walk. That's exciting. Let's see. Sneaking and peeking. B5. See, B5s, I feel like I've like worked it up in my head that a B5 is way bigger than it actually is, but it's actually not that much bigger. Maybe that's just because I'm comparing it to my Ginormator notebook. Anywho, team, I hope you have enjoyed today's live stream. As I said, live streams are not really something I'm like super comfortable with, but it is something that I am hoping on incorporating more of when it comes to next year. If you liked today's video, give us a like. If you didn't, I mean, you could give it a dislike, I suppose, but like, ouch, my feelings. Yeah. Other than that, I guess it's time to go. Goodbye for now, team. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening or anything. I will be sharing the finished 101 things spread on Instagram once I get to it. Otherwise, have a fabulous rest of whatever you're in right now. And Happy New Year, because I probably won't talk to you until then. Okay. Bye for now.